Well, welcome. This is the new moon party from Born Without Boundaries. Of course, as you guys all know, this is a new moon in Gemini. So what we're going to go through is I've meditated on the cards, I've cleansed the cards, and hold on, let me see if I can fix this a little bit. Okay. I've meditated on the cards, I've cleansed the cards, got my water ready just in case, because you guys know how long these can take. We're going to go step by step through the predictions surrounding this new moon energy for each of the zodiac signs. Now, once again, these are not horoscopes. These are energy readings. I'm drawing upon the energies of each of the zodiac signs. So I always recommend you check your rising sign, your moon sign, and your sun sign. And if you are particularly interested in things like love, well, then you should definitely check your Venus, your moon, and your Mercury sign. And career, you should definitely check your Capricorn, your Taurus, and your Jupiter. Like there's a lot of okay, good question. How do I know my signs? Well, you can go to, honest to God, all you have to do is Google free natal chart, and there are so many websites that will pop up. I always recommend Cafe Astrology because I always use them. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just always use their site, and it's an easy to use site. So if you want to get your natal chart, what you will need is your birth time. Actually, just get your birth certificate. Get the time you were born, the place that you were born, and of course, your birth date, which most of us already know. And that's the information that you'll put in to get your natal chart. And you can generate a more generic natal chart just by putting in your birthday. But then you will not get to see where the houses are. You'll not get to see where your north and south node is. So, yeah, I mean, it should be easy enough for us to generate that information on our own. Let me take down, hold on. I always take notes. I got a set of notes about what I take because people are always asking for timestamps and I want to get that to them. So, of course, we're going to start with Scorpio and then we're going to move on to, but then we're just going to flow from there. So, Sagittarius and Capricorn, Aquarius, and then we will go to Pisces. We're just going to follow from there. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and then back to Libra. All right. Once again, the cards have already been meditated on. Let's talk a little bit about the Gemini full moon. Now, as you know, Gemini is a sign of great duality, but that is a benefit to us because of what it can teach us in terms of how it demands us to find balance between two extremes. Now, what a Gemini new moon is going to ask us for is to find balance between our emotions and our thoughts. There could be a tendency toward being too cold, too harsh, too easily dismissive, or too unemotional. It's really important to find that harmony. And if so, this can be a very cleansing experience, a beautiful new moon to welcome in some great new possibilities and potential. It's almost begging us to let go of anything that's weighing us down because Gemini does not like to be weighed down. Gemini asks us, bring in the new opportunities, bring in the new thoughts, bring in the new ideas. Gemini does like to explore the world by getting to know new people, especially. That's how Gemini learns about the world, by listening and talking and communicating to new people. So this could be a great opportunity, not necessarily because Venus is in retrograde. So I'm not talking about a great opportunity to like go out there and get yourself a new love affair. No, but like talk and learn and start to listen. Remember that North Node is also in Gemini too. So really start to listen to other people's points of views, because a big problem and a reason why we've gotten into such a horrible place right now in today's world, why there is such a black and white duality going on, is because we do not talk to each other anymore. We basically stopped having conversations with each other. And in the process of not having conversations with each other, we've basically demonized each other. And that does not work. That is like splitting the soul in half. That's what happens if you think of the human race as an entire entity, as one being. We basically split our souls in half when we split our thoughts in half, when we go to two different moral or ethical extremes. So the reason that there's always going to be people who are more conservative, there's always going to be people who are more liberal, there's always going to be people who are more scientific, there's always going to be people who are more spiritual. But the point is that we're always supposed to be talking to each other and communicating with each other. And this new moon energy in Gemini is begging us to do so. And it offers beautiful new opportunities if we reach out and start to talk to people. If you need something, ask for it and explain why. Don't be too quick to bite into somebody or chop somebody's head off, and try to understand like what their needs are by talking to them, not by assuming, but by talking. If you ask any Gemini, one thing that frustrates them more than anything about water signs is like, how was I supposed to know if you didn't tell me? Not everybody communicates psychically, and this is not the time to try to communicate psychically. Water signs especially, if you have an intuition about something and psychically are picking up something, figure out a way to put that into words and communicate it verbally. That's going to really help you right now, because getting too lost in the psyche and the emotions is also going to be a really bad thing. So the challenge on this new moon in Gemini is to find the balance between those two extremes. And the rewards of being able to do that is a lot of new opportunities and a lot of things really working out well for you. The downfall, if we can, is you can get yourself into some pretty polarizing situations. So let's get into the readings. See, I like doing these things. I had canceled yesterday's reading because I was, honest to God, I walked Kisses early in the morning. And then I came home and I fell asleep. I was so exhausted, I couldn't wake up. It was really, I'm not going to say it was bad, because I don't think it was bad. It was my body saying, no, it's enough. So that's why I had to reschedule. But I have to say, I love doing these because, these videos can go quite long. And it's a long time for me to be live on the air, Most people that are live on the air for 2 to 3 hours straight are very well-paid celebrities. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a long time to be live, and when I do it at night, I don't have as much energy. But now it's like 11. I walked Kisses. She's eaten. I've eaten. My energy is up, and I'm feeling really good. So it was right for me to delay and postpone. What I do is I have 3 sets of cards that I've already focused on. Those are the Moonology cards, the Work Your Light cards, and these are the Work Your Light cards, and then the Secret Language of Light cards, right? And I've already meditated on them, like I said. So, sometimes 1 has fallen out for a zodiac sign, sometimes 2 has fallen out. And then, of course, I have my Fairy Oracle deck, which I'm going to add to each. I'll do an extra shuffle to clarify each of the readings, because I want to get a little more personal perspective about how this is humanly going to affect you, not just spiritually, and who might be coming towards you, who might you be dealing with. So let's get into this energy. We're going to start with Scorpio at 8:40. Scorpio. Moonology, your dreams need a practical plan, and that's really good energy around this Gemini time, even though we are in Taurus season still. But with this Gemini new moon energy, there's a sense of, like I said, don't get lost too much in your psyche and your emotions. A line that a lot of us, especially Scorpio, but all water signs fall back on is, I just know, I just know, I just know. And that truth is, you do just know, but that doesn't mean you found a way to communicate it articulately to everybody else so that they can understand what the hell you're doing. And yes, other people are part of this process. It's not part of the approval. You don't need their approval. You don't need them to accept you, and certainly don't let them make you into something that you're not. But Scorpio, this is a sense of, okay, I know you know it, but now how do we manifest it? How do we go about getting it into the 3D? And that could call upon some resources that you don't normally fall back on. And around this time, it's going to be all about communicating. Finding a way to communicate those psychic intuitions, those psychic understandings, in translating them into things that you can ask for, things that you need. What is it that you need? What, ask, find a way to ask for it. Yes, always, always, Scorpio, follow your intuition and do not deny it. But then go ahead and find a way to ask and to have conversations based on what you know is going on psychically. That's the practical plan, is taking what you understand underneath it all and figuring out, okay, but how do I resurrect it? How do I bring it up? How do I bring it up to the surface so that not only I can see it, but other people can see it from different perspectives, and then I can incorporate their perspectives into what I'm doing. So essentially, I feel like you are feeling a lot, like you are knowing a lot, like you're connected to a lot, which you always are. But there's also a sense of, have you been bitching and complaining a lot? Have you been aggravated and frustrated a lot? That's because it's not good enough for you to just know it. You have got to get it out and actually make it tangible. And this is going to require you actually communicating, probably using other people, not using, but incorporating the assistance of other people on the outside of you. That's also Gemini energy too. Air energy can be very difficult for us to understand. I understand that completely. But there really is a sense, because what we tend to do as water signs is shut down and just assume everybody knows what we're feeling because we know what they're feeling, right? But this is your challenge, Scorpio, to not make that assumption and to find a way to articulate verbally what it is, and then willing to engage. Even if you know you're right, be willing to engage and see what somebody else's perspective is, because even if you're right, you can still gain knowledge and understanding that will give you a more well-rounded image in your head. Because I think what you're seeing right now, what you're feeling right now may be three-dimensional, but what you're seeing is not the full picture. So how do we get the full picture? We get information from other people. We talk. And I think it's important to actually be talking so that people know what you're working on. It can't always be just hidden deep down inside until it's perfect and ready, because this won't be perfect and ready until you bring it out into the light and look at it in the light and look at it from different perspectives in the light. It really is going to require not only your intuition, but other people's insights. But that could come to a really good conclusion for you, right? Especially if you've been looking to get new people in your life for whatever reason. And then we have sensitivity. Now, you guys know this is my favorite card, right? And this is all about feeling and knowing and understanding that deep down inside of you, understanding the potential of something to grow. And with this Taurus energy, you've got a lot of vital, beautiful energy going on, Scorpio. So it's just, the only challenge is going to be for you to find out how to allow other people in, allow other people to help you. Because there's something that wants to blossom and something that wants to grow. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. You may be stuck in karmic patterns, and part of it could be because you're not opening up. You have a chance to actually break a long-standing, familiar family karmic pattern. You have a chance to break it, or a chance to break a karmic pattern that you've been stuck in. And maybe it's because you just assume you know without getting more of the facts. And that's got to stop. It's got to end. How about let's get more of the facts? Now, I want to read a little bit from The Secret Language of Light. I always like to read sensitivity. And you guys know, if you follow my page, also, please always know that I have live readings Monday through Thursday on Instagram, Born_without_boundaries on Instagram. So join me over there, because you'll know I have this card dog-eared because it has one of my favorite lines, and I'm going to read it to you first. You came here to create reality, not to accept it. So this is definitely about bringing out what you know and what those intuitions are telling you, but knowing that you can't do it alone, that it's going to take communion and communication. Let's read. You are becoming more sensitive to the energy and vibrations that precede all physical creation. We can all sense these energies, but our rational minds often override our feelings. That's not you. Sense beyond what you see with your eyes and hear in your mind. Trust your heart will bring together the most up-to-date information through your senses. When we are open to sensing and feeling love, it also means we are open to sensing and feeling fear. This clarifies the importance. That's, I just heard this. That's a big caveat for you guys, is that almost being afraid that once people see what's buried underneath, their judgments will start to deconstruct it, but they're only capable of deconstructing what wasn't constructed well. And sometimes we decide to keep our feelings buried, or keep our ideas buried, or our intuitions buried, because something in us knows that they will break apart when the light hits them. But if they break apart when the light hits them, they weren't significant. So why are we protecting them? There's something that you're supposed to be liberated from, Scorpio. When we are open to sensing and feeling love, it also means we are open to sensing and feeling fear. This clarifies the importance of actively choosing where you place your gaze and focus your energy. Don't let old stories determine what you think and feel. There is no hiding behind words. Feeling sorry for another or situation doesn't help them or you. It takes you to a place where you can't hear any solutions. You come back to reality. You came here to create reality, not to accept it. You attract what you are, not what you think or what you say, but what you feel. Celebrate your sensitivity. Without it, you may not realize you have a choice. Okay, celebrate your sensitivity, but you know how to celebrate it? By letting it out, by exposing that to, here we go. Now, yes, it is important to communicate your feelings. It is also important to not decide that just because you have felt it, it is actually real. Yes, it is actually real for you, but only by remaining open to the perspective of others are you going to create anything of significance during this period. Let's get into, let's pull this card to see what energies you're dealing with in terms of friends. Oh my God, these cards are so in sync. 11, awakening, Scorpio. So you're going to get some really good advice or some insider trading deals from your friends. Talk to them, share your ideas, let them in on what you're thinking, what you're feeling. Maybe not just anybody, but definitely a trusted companion. This is a sense of exchanging ideas, gossiping, talking. You might hear something from a friend that might stir something in you, or something may click. It's almost like when you hear something that a friend tells you, something may start to click and churn. Let it churn. Let those wheels start to turn. There is a mentality here of a communication coming in, or communication happening between you and a friend. Like let them let you see a different perspective. Let them open your eyes to another way of thinking, or another side of things. It's going to help you grow and grow out of a stuck pattern that you were in. If you have felt that your life has been stuck, then you can get unstuck now. The good thing the new moon is delivering you, because new moons are receptive. We're taking it in. You're taking in a different perspective that's going to help liberate you from the chains of a family karma, or a karmic pattern that you've been stuck in for a while. Is just by talking to people, letting it out, and making it real instead of making it a haunt or a ghost from the past, or in your mind, your heart, or your imagination, because this is definitely going to unclog that drain. Have this conversation. And it's not so much that you need to talk to somebody about something. It's that you need to share what you feel inside. You need to share your ideas. You need to share the concepts that you've put together, but also be willing to hear somebody's debate, like debate with somebody, like talk to them about a different perspective. You're going to need to remember, Gemini teaches us this very well. Gemini teaches us that communication is not just about talking, it's about listening. A necessary component of speaking well is listening. And that's what Geminis are really so good at, is hearing people so they know how to talk to them. Okay, so it's all about, it's not just about talking and spewing and saying, look, this is everything I've been hiding. Isn't it perfect? But it's not perfect. It's broken. This is dirty. And don't take it as criticisms. Take it as, wow, I didn't even realize it. I didn't even see it that way. This is your chance to get liberated from all those skeletons you've been living in. And it's going to be through having a conversation that maybe even clashes with your accepted perspective. Just saying. Okay, let's move on to Sagittarius. We've got 28. Okay, Sagittarius. Believe in the impossible, blue moon. Listen, Sagittarius, sometimes things come around twice, okay? And that's what the blue moon energy is telling us. And I've gotten this a lot, especially with all of the retrogrades. And if you watch the dailies, you know I've been talking about this. Retrogrades will make us go back and finish or unearth things that were unfinished or opportunities that we got passed over for. So understand something. A blue moon represents, a blue moon is a blue moon because there's 2 full moons in the same month. That's what a blue moon is. So it usually happens toward the very, very end of the month, usually the 30th or the 31st of a month. So yes, sometimes 2 full moons happen in the same month. Sometimes what seems to be impossible is going to happen, but this is talking about something coming back a second time. Something coming back a second time. It's not the same opportunity, because remember, no 2 moons are the same, but the moon will be full again. In other words, there will be full potential for you around this time, Sagittarius, to take in something that you missed before, that you didn't have the opportunity before, that was passed over before, that you thought was gone and it was over. It's not gone, it's not over. The opportunity is coming back to you. But understand something, it has changed a little bit. Like I said, no 2 moons are the same. So this energy is, Sag, know that yes, it's coming back again, but it has morphed a little bit. The energies are different. So just like I told Scorpio, do that very Gemini thing, which is listen and receive that other perspective to understand where you stand now, as opposed to just jumping in and assuming you're going to pick right up where you left off. You're not. The chance will come by again, but the circumstances are different, and you're going to have to pay attention and not decide that you know it. Not just decide that you know it. Oh, I'm prepared. I know everything that's going on here. No, be willing to listen and be willing to take in all the different nuances that are here now with this second time around that weren't there in the beginning. Let your light shine. So turn on your heart light. Open up your heart. That will help attract people and bring them in and let them know that, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready now. In other words, be open to this, Sagittarius. Spirit is telling you this can be a very good opportunity. So be open to it. Let them know that you're interested, but don't assume that everything is going to be like pick up where you left off kind of energy. But let them know that you're interested. You're not you're leaving yourself vulnerable. You're leaving yourself open to the possible, and that's really going to make a big difference in the circumstance for you. The crumbling, what are you clinging on to? Really interesting. Don't be afraid. Don't hold back. Don't grab onto what you're secure with, Sagittarius, and either insist on bringing it into this future with you, or insist or be afraid of opening up and be afraid of the possibilities that this could actually be real. Don't. There could be that knee-jerk reaction, that defensive reaction from you, because this can be, like I said from the beginning, right, balancing out our emotional reaction with our thoughts, with our intellectual reaction, balancing them out and finding harmony between, what you're afraid of because what you think happened will never be forgiven, or what you thought would never happen is happening. Open yourself up to it happening again, and open yourself up to the fact that this is actually a new possibility. in front of you. Maybe if you look at it as a completely different possibility, it will be more helpful to you. It would help leave you open to, if this is something new, you're always open to something new. So maybe don't even think about it as something that is old or something that's coming back around. Think of it as something that's brand new with elements that you're kind of familiar with, but whatever, you don't really know this circumstance. So thinking that maybe that is a mindset that's really going to help you. It's just thinking of it as if it is something brand new. And so you can go about it with a clear and open mind that's ready to listen and adapt and ready to show, yeah, of course I'm interested. I'm wide open here. But let me read this card to you a little bit. Let your light shine. Be authentic. Today, embrace your uniqueness. Say to yourself, I am so pleased and honored to be me. Embrace the parts of you that may feel a little strange. They feel this way because you resist experiencing the fullness of you. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We can all feel a little odd or peculiar at times, longing to be like everyone else and just fit in. But compromise breeds resentment. Locking yourself into the pretense of what others want will strangle your soul and split you in two. Well, what did we talk about in the beginning of this reading? Being split in two. Finding harmony between your two extremes. Accept yourself, set yourself free from judgment. So free from like liberating your mind. And what you perceive others think about you. Oh. Yeah, this is definitely an opportunity to meet with a person again. Just like don't, especially if things ended badly with this person, let me tell you this right now, or with this circumstance, this job, don't assume that they're sitting there thinking that they hate you. Don't assume that they're sitting there thinking about all the mistakes you made. Please don't assume that. This is a new day, a new circumstance, and you're meeting this person almost like in a whole new world. So really do think of, in order to help you balance out those two extremes, instead of letting your fear split you, really do think about this as a whole new situation, Sagittarius. We no longer need others to lean on to fill our perceived voids or to be different to who they are. Instead, we want to be with others for the pure joy of it. Create new ways toward anything that is of interest to you. You are beautiful. Can you feel relief wash over you? You are beautiful. Create new ways toward anything that is of interest of you. So really do think about this as like a whole new person or a whole new project. You know, it doesn't matter that, like I said, you haven't been here before. You might have seen these elements before, but you haven't been here before. The earth under your feet is different. The sky over your head is different. So this really is a different circumstance. And if you treat it like it's brand new, it will be the best mindset to put you in. Now let's see what these cards have to tell us. Sagittarius. Yep. So this is conquering fear and not letting anything, this is really something that's loomed over you for quite some time. Something that has been like a black cloud, like sort of looming over you. But this is you standing up to it and shining the light to it and saying, I'm not going to be afraid of you anymore. Maybe it's even something that you don't want to confront or don't want to face. And this is just you deciding, I've made you this big. I've made you this fearsome. I've actually made you bigger and more powerful than you are by exacerbating the situation with my fear. You're not that big. You're not that bad. And I can face you down. This is literally just facing you down. Instead of like, say your old boss who fired you because they caught you smoking weed on shift or something, right? They're walking towards you. Don't run to the other side of the street. Don't. You know, yes, it's a face that you recognize, but it's a whole new day. You know, just stay on that side of the street and see if they smile. If they smile back at you, shake the hand and say, it's really good to see you. Let that be it. That small gesture will open up maybe a new opportunity for you or other parts of you just by releasing that looming fear that's been building, because something's been building in your mind. And it's become more fearsome than it really is just because you're afraid of the embarrassment or the judgment that's going to come from it. Please don't. Please don't. This is a whole new day. It's a whole new situation. And once you confront this, you communicate with it, and you look it dead in the eye, it's going to dissipate and the full sunlight will shine again. This is the hope, but the courage has to be there to confront the fear. Okay, Sag, let's go on to Capricorn. We're at 2942. Okay. Get into that Capricorn energy. Step out of your comfort zone. North Node. Every time I get this card, I say, where is your North Node? All right, Capricorns. Oh, my hair is a mess. I'm sorry. All right, Capricorns, go check on it. Where is your North Node? North Node for all of us right now, so anybody born in the next 2.5 years is going to have their North Node in Gemini. And so now we have a Gemini new moon as well. So we need to pay special attention to what the North Node in Gemini is teaching us. And of course, it always teaches us to learn and talk and communicate and be open to the possibility that you discover, the possibilities that you discover through other people's opinions and insights and perspectives. So you may not, like Capricorn, you do have a problem with this energy, because once you have decided something and you make it work for you, you'll make it work for their whole life and you'll never change your mind. And this is not the mindset to be in. Let that go, shed it. Liberate yourself by saying, wow, maybe this isn't so bad. Or what am I feeling right now? Am I feeling good about this? Or if I'm feeling afraid, why am I feeling afraid? Articulate why. This is you running into headlong into a perspective that doesn't mesh up with yours. Like, this is it. And it's almost like the biggest challenge for the Seco is something that wants to butt heads with it, right? But don't take it like that. It doesn't want to lock horns with you. It wants to talk to you. And instead of looking at it as an assault to everything that you are, because earth signs can get, it's a very feminine energy. They can get very emotional. You know, they can get very, because you're in opposition because you don't agree with me. Well, that's not the truth. That's absolutely not the truth. So there's a sense of, they're not trying to butt heads with you, Capricorn. They're just trying to have a conversation with you. And if you go about it like that and just allow yourself to sort of be open to talking and speaking, not being convinced or somebody forcing you to agree, but definitely talking and actually maybe even going somewhere or open up to another possibility. It doesn't necessarily just have a conversation, but it's almost like something that you have decided upon in your life is actually blocking you. And that button will be pushed around this new moon energy. And it will be your challenge to figure out, and literally the wall will come down if you allow it to, because you're the one holding the wall up. So there is a sense of, will you or won't you? I just feel like there's something that you've accepted as a truth. What would make you most uncomfortable right now? So it's a question that I want to ask you guys. What would make you most uncomfortable right now, Capricorn? And that's kind of the direction you have to go in. The answer to that question. Not in terms of danger. I don't want anybody getting in danger. No. But this is what is really battering down your ego. You know, what is really coming up against your sense of righteousness? What is it? Because that's the direction that you need to go. That's the way that you need to explore. Visualize. This is beautiful. So this is a sense of, you may be actually doing this all from the comfort and safety of your own home, which is how you're balancing out the intellectual with the emotional. Is a sense of, listen, I'm not going to go on a Shackleton expedition to the North Pole. It's not going to happen. Or wherever he went, Antarctica, I don't know. It's not going to happen. But what if I picture myself in this scenario? If I just open my mind just enough, like, look at, I can feel my familiar four walls around me. I can feel the familiar floor beneath my feet. But what if I just opened myself up for a moment in my mind to imagining if I were there or if I were that person. Visualization will help you find that middle ground between, doing something that just makes you feel like you're risking, you're being dangerous, right? And not doing anything at all and not seeing any new perspective at all. Visualization is the key to your middle ground in this energy, and it will be very effective in helping you to see what you might have been otherwise closed off to. Birthing a new age. Hold on. No, that's not you. Birthing a new age was part of Sagittarius's reading. Well, we kind of covered that energy anyway. Hold on. Yeah. We covered that energy anyway, but this is your card. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. I mean, simply put, if you can visualize it, you can have it. So it's almost like this discomfort is getting you to a point where you're forced to start to visualize and start to use that visualization tool regularly, and it will help you through that stressful, imbalanced situation. But it will also put you into the regular practice of visualizing what really matters to you, of being able to visualize and see. So this really exercise is about you learning to strengthen your visualization capabilities. Why, Capricorn? Because it's going to help you build a different life for yourself. I heard a meme, like, I heard a meme, what is the perfect version of you? If you could visualize it right now, what would it be? Be as and take it from that happy space, Capricorn. Take it from that place deep down inside your soul. Not just what society values or whatever, or ego, but just really, really what matters to you most. If you could see yourself living that life, you could see yourself being there right now, who would that who would that person be? Who would they be? So this is visualization, and this is a tool for you to really start to become that person that is you're going to be happy with. Okay, now this North Node, it might be challenging for you. This whole process might be extremely challenging for you because it's asking you to use your imagination in a practical way. So it's not that sort of kind of prejudiced imagination is for kids, or imagination is silly stuff, or imagination is just for dreams, or for artists. No, you're actually using a very imaginative, creative part of you to help to create a very practical world for yourself. And there's your balancing act. There's your balancing act. And it's not going to feel so comfortable for you at first, but I promise you, you're actually going to get very, very good at it. Let me read a little bit about visualize for you guys. Your imagination is a magical superpower that develops the content, look, and feel of your life. You can use your inner vision to maintain or transform anything in your life. Visualization helps us to create a dream life without the perceived boundaries of the manifested world. To take your dreams out into the world, recall the vision of them as you meditate. Let the dream become a feeling that leads to a knowing that is so deeply ingrained it will become an automatic response. Through repetition, this response gains momentum toward the tipping point between vision and manifestation. Now that you are privy to this universal law, relax and enjoy the journey toward your desires. When a desire manifests in your physical life, a new desire will be born in your imagination, and a fresh path will unfold. So those silly things that you push aside as daydreams are actually the seeds for manifestation. And this is the discomfort, is to give them the validity that they really deserve, and to pay that special attention and meditate on them. So you take those daydreams and you turn them into feelings that then become ingrained automatic responses that will lead you to where you really want to be. Damn, Capricorn. Going deep. Let me get one of these cards for you, Capricorn. Yeah, you're going to get some unexpected help. And this is grounding energy. Energy from those places, those, what is it? This is cups, this is feelings. This is unexpected help. This is people who will help you. But that's why it's almost like that's where the Gemini communication links in. Because it's like this help will come from maybe people you never would have talked to before. Maybe people that you wouldn't have taken seriously before. Maybe just, that artist or that designer or whoever you're meeting, right? It's like talking to this person will make you realize and broaden and imagine, and then believe in what you imagine and turn it into that emotion that will then guide you on that path to get what you really want. It may not be the artist's version, right? But it's your version, and it's through this communication that sort of awakens you and opens you up, because this is sort of like unexpected, just help. People helping you in an unexpected way. Take it. Even if you feel uncomfortable with it, take it, because it is actually a gift that's being given to you, Capricorn. Not a challenge, not a test, but this help is coming to you because this help is coming to you just to help you. Just to help you turn around. Let's get to Aquarius. We're running long here. Okay. Aquarius energy. The energy is gaining momentum. That's fun. This is like excitement and anticipation. So no, you're not there yet. You're not there yet. Now, for better or worse, this seems to be a waxing moon. So something's getting bigger, something's getting more, something is building. And this is usually a really good card. It's exciting. It's like going up the hill on a roller coaster, and then that clink, 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 and then whoosh. There's a sense of the tension that something is building, and maybe you can feel it. Now, I don't know that it's good or bad, but really my instincts tell me it's good. Something good is gaining momentum. And I think, especially with you guys, it's a thought process. It's a thought, and it's an idea. It's an idea that you're helping to spread. It's a word that you're helping to get out. It's also maybe helping something is building inside of you. Do I want to know what it is? Yes, I do. I can't wait. I got to build. Ooh. Oh, wait. Aquarius whispers. This is such a lovely card. So you see that it starts in small places. There's some sort of communications or ideas that are being spread just through whispers, just through a little bit. Or maybe you heard it a little bit here, maybe you heard it a little bit there, but nothing was ever confirmed. But something is growing, something is building. For most of you, it's something that you want. I know that maybe you want to be a little bit defensive, but see, you don't have to act right now. That's the beauty of it. All you have to do is listen. All you have to do is quiet yourself and hear, right? And you don't have to make any decisions right now. You're not being backed up against a wall, Aquarius. This is take it in. Take it in and trust what you're hearing. Like, trust that you should be listening. The facts aren't necessarily all put together or all there, but trust that you should be picking up this information, that you should be looking, that you should be trying to still put the pieces together. You're on the right path, Aquarius. Pieces, more and more pieces keep coming. But I just hear you listening and deciding to not decide. Like I see that in you. I see you deciding to not decide, but you're going to keep listening. You want to keep the radio tuned in. You don't want to draw a conclusion. Maybe you don't even want to dial in the 800 number for the $1,000, but you want to keep listening. There's something about it that you want to keep listening to. Don't dim to fit in. Isn't this the perfect energy for you? How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Interesting. Interesting. Have you been making a decision? And this is the challenge of this new moon. Have you been making a decision that was based more on popular opinion and how happy you are to have the attention, as opposed to who you really are authentically? This will be the challenge. This will be the challenge. To think, do I really believe what I've become a part of? That will be the challenge. 12, and this will be the way through. Let's see. Your mind and heart are expanding to hear your soul whispers. You are, or will soon, find it easier to interpret and understand the vibes of your soul through how you feel. Open the door to soul whispers by feeling appreciative. Close the door by feeling judgmental. Okay. The messages are, I just heard, like be happy that people are talking about you instead of being defensive. The messages are always there, even if you are not receiving them. Practice feeling soul vibes to clarify your intuition and psychic senses. Just like we know a dog can hear sounds we can't. Your intuition interprets other waves that your ears can't. This card is prompting you to take notice of your dreams. Embrace the messages that come through your dreams and invite more of them. You know, your truth is coming in those silent whispers. And that's why, and it's those silent whispers that are coming through your soul in a place where is your Achilles heel, which is your emotions and your feelings and your intuition. Lots of times you'll just push those aside, push them away, they don't make sense, right? Or not want to hear them, not want to hear. Maybe some of you out there are even suppressing things that you know that you feel. And your soul keeps whispering it. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's reminding you, can hear behind the walls, almost like the telltale heart. It's haunting you because you've buried it. Unbury it. Ooh. Unbury it, because it's still there and it's not going to go anywhere. And like I said in the beginning, this one of the major challenges of this new moon is to balance our emotions with our thoughts. If we make ourselves too cold and all about just thought, then what about what's going to happen? We're going to become very unbalanced and bitter, and maybe even get ourselves into altercations that we don't need to get into. You know, whether you can win or lose doesn't matter. What matters is you don't even need to get into them. So there is a sense of, and then basically, essentially, something bad coming out of it, right? Listen to your heart. It's whispering to you, Aquarius. Listen to your emotions. It's trying to tell you something, and it needs you to listen, please. That's the conversation you need to have. That's the listening you need to do, is with those emotions and feelings that you're having, right? Because there is a sense of you losing yourself in sort of the pop culture, the things that are easy for you to grab onto, instead of really, really what's deep down in your soul. Ooh, challenges and way through. This is Aquarius. 2. This is the home and heart space. This is basically the fourth house, Cancerian energy. This is mothering, caring, loving, rocking, nurturing, people that take care of you, home, domesticity. And then trusting the words of advice from people that are trying to help you. maybe really not wanting to hear, or putting aside those things, maybe putting aside those things because you don't want to acknowledge it because they hurt too much. But you are getting good advice, and people do want to help you. They're not just, it's like you're blocking communications that want to help you because it's talking about something you don't want to hear about, because it reminds you of feelings you don't want to be feeling. But this is definitely like, not only do you need to address it, it's going to nurture you, it's going to heal you, it's going to help you, and it's good advice. Listen to those whispers. You can start with just you. You can even start in meditation. Just what are they whispering to you? What is your soul really saying? And then let it scream, and then let it yell, and then figure out what to do with it. But that's the conversation and communication you need to have, Aquarius, is with those feelings that are like haunting you through the walls because you won't let them out. Ooh, God bless. Pisces. Okay. Pisces. Let me take a drink of water. Reapply. Reapply. Okay, you ready? Pisces, what do you need to release? Are you kidding me? You're talking to a freaking water sign. You know how much we need to release? But I guess this is a good question, right? This is the discernment. This is the, do you need to be an emotional mess? No. This is discerning. What is it that you really need to let go of? You don't need to let everything go. You don't need to like flush it out. Everything is baby out with the bathwater. You don't need to. You need to be discerning. You need to balance your practical with your emotional and say, I don't need to get rid of everything. I just need to start here. If I start here, I'll be good. I'll be okay if I start here. Right? And then this needs to go, but that doesn't need to go. So this is sort of you sifting through those parts of you that, yes, things are going to have to be released. And I'm telling you, the retrogrades are going to hurt, but it's going to hurt, but you're going to like it. Okay, you're not going to like it, but it is going to help you. Because this is a sense of things coming up. And the things that, in other words, trust, have faith. Use your psychic connection in the best way, Pisces. The things that will come up, don't be worried or scared. Oh, now I have to take care of everything. You only have to take care of the things that pop up. And that may sound like the lazy way out, but it's really not, because it's going to take a lot of faith on your part to just let something expose itself to you. Don't preemptively dive in, because then you're going to get lost. Okay? Don't do that. Instead, be patient. Be patient and know that the universe will show you those things that you need to address right now, and the other stuff, you need to let it go. Because believe me, you're going to need all the energy for the stuff that pops up. But don't decide. Don't decide for yourself. Let the universe decide for you. It will decide for you. Things will pop up. Like, they will. But don't decide to like throw that baby out with the bathwater. Don't dive in the depths and get lost down there. There are certain things that need to be addressed and certain things that don't, and those things that do need to be addressed will come to you. Remembrance. And oh my God, isn't that just the theme for you? Memories from the past. This is your way through, right? This is how you'll know. This is how they'll come to you. This is how they'll pop up. All of a sudden, Pisces, you're going to be sitting on your couch watching your favorite binge watch television wrapped in your favorite blanket, and you're going to be like drinking your favorite glass of wine, and whoa. All of a sudden, that's how they're going to pop up. They're not going to pop up on the bus. They're not going to pop up on the train. They're not going to pop up on a flashing sign. They're going to pop up through you in your memories. All of a sudden, you're going to find yourself thinking about something you haven't thought about in years. Write that shit down, because that's almost an instruction. That's a Pisces. This is what you need to address. Unbound. Oh, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Oh, I just got the frickin' chills. I can't even. This is your time. Pluto's in retrograde, man. And so much from the past lives. And Pisces, why is it making me shake? Because if anybody has a past life, Pisces has a past life. You wouldn't have been born a Pisces if you didn't have 11 past lives. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. So you could be stuck in a pattern that you have been in for a while, and these memories at first may not make a lot of sense to you. So write them down. Use that writing to help you out, to help you like think, what does this mean? I don't know, but keep writing. Every time a memory pops up, you just have to start putting, those are like your little puzzle pieces that you're going to start putting together, that's going to literally like free you from whatever was constraining you or tying you down. This is some sort of psychic past life shit, I swear to God, but it has definitely been impacting your current situation. And if you don't know why, you don't know why do I keep getting these challenges? Why does this keep bugging me? Because it's something from past lives that you have to resolve. And these memories are going to start to come back. Could be memories that you don't even know you had. Could be memories from that past life, or memories from this life that are going to help you address that past life situation. But if you really need help, if you don't have a good memory for your memories, write it down. Write it down, because those are little puzzle pieces that you can start putting together. Ooh, hold on. I want to read a little bit into remembrance. And look at the freaking number is 11. Oh, you're awakening to something that had happened to you either when you were a child and had forgotten or had buried in your subconscious, or to stuff that had happened to you in past lives that could actually have something to do with the stuff that happened to you when you were younger. It's like and then you start to see the patterns and you're like, whoa. And then it's almost like you feel a connectivity psychically with those past lives, so you don't feel so alone or so set upon or so unfortunate. Now you're realizing where it's come from, where the chain is coming from, and you can do something about it. This is empowering. It's coming through your memories, and it could be memories through dreams too. So watch your dreams as well, Pisces. 11. Recall your soul truth. You are ready to live your life from the wisdom of your heart. The wisdom. You understand wisdom? It means, what is your heart experience that you don't remember? Because your heart has a wisdom that you're not conscious of yet. It's coming. You're about to be conscious of the wisdom of your heart, which means how it got that wisdom, the experiences that built the wisdom. You may have been citing 1111 as a reflection of this. If not, you can expect to be receiving this sign soon. You may see it on a clock, a phone number, a receipt, or in a dream, which this wisdom, fresh and innovative ideas will flow into your mind as new ways to live your life. No one else has to change their ways, only you. Live from your heart, be an inspiration, and discover a new world. There's a whole world from your past lives that you forgot. It's about to come up. This ain't playing around. Oh my God. It is a sign that you are much more than you think you are. What did I say to you? Oh my God, you are a culmination of so many experiences, and you have been reacting them and reliving them in this lifetime. And these memories are going to help you put an end to that. There is no right or wrong meaning, but at the heart of 1111 is a loving, intelligent energy that will always encourage you towards your soul, where you will remember the truth of you. Oh, Pisces, you're gonna remember who you really are, and that's gonna help you solve the answers to these issues. Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in subtle realms. So these are messengers. These are ancient ancestors, people that knew you in past lives, or just angels. It's all happening in the psychic world, but what are you going to do with it? Your way through is your memories. That's your communication. That's between your intellect and your psyche. Your memories are going to be your conduit, your balance point, your memories. Trust in them, believe in them, and in true Gemini style, write them down. Communicate them and articulate them, and trust in what's being communicated to you. Don't doubt it. Just write it down, and then go back and read what you wrote, and the pieces will piece together. The puzzle will piece together. Pisces. Pisces. Oh, 3 plus 5, and oh, okay. Oh, you're about to remember. You're about to remember who you are. Could have been some witch hunt. Could have been something that you were denied, something that you were trying to build, something that you were. You're about to remember who you are and what you really want in life. And why you're held back from those things that you want. Why you can never seem to get what you want. What's holding you back is all those things that you used to be and were never allowed to be. This is why. This is what held you back from your true magic, Pisces. And all of this is going to come up. What held you back from your true magic? And a lot like Scorpio, right? I was like, if you've been feeling like you held back, because this is usually a scorpionic energy card, right? This is a sense of if you felt held back. So Pluto has a lot to do with this, which is past lives, right? There's a sense of if you felt held back, always like just this close from what you really want, but never getting it. Please listen to those memories that are going to start to pop up, even if they feel like they're insane or from a drunken hallucination. They're not. Please trust them and write them down. They're going to start. They are the pieces to the puzzle that when you solve it, bam, now you're going to see, and it's going to be your breakthrough. Aries. Let's move on. Aries. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Oh, finally a breakthrough. Oh my God. Aries, there's been a lot of stress on you guys. 100%. 100%. And this mood is going to favor you. Why? Because something needs to, right? It needs to go your way. But there is a sense of finally there's something that's finally it's happening. Now, what has been the tough situation in your life? Capricornian energy, this being Capricornian energy implies it is probably financial, something to do, or you're up against your challenging institutions, right? So Aries, whatever you've been battering, whatever thick ass Great Wall of China you've been battering your head against and not getting anywhere with, you're going to see some cracks. You're going to see it crumbling. There's going to be a breakthrough, and you're finally going to get onto the other side of the wall. It's like, finally, that wall. And now, you know what I think, honestly? Part of your stubbornness has not just been, you could have climbed that wall. Goats can climb literal vertical, like they can. It's crazy. But have you ever seen them? They're amazing. They can do it. They can do it. They can scale those walls, those impossible walls they can scale. But guess what? You don't want to just scale this wall, Aries. You want to break through it. Why? Because that's what actually helps other people. That's what actually makes sure that it can be more comfortable the next time around. You're not just working on what's easy and what's now. You need to make it better than before. You need to break through because you don't like the way you've been treated. So it's not just about going up against an institution or having a challenge. It's about changing it. And a change is coming. A change is happening for you. Alignment. Ooh, and this is a sword, right? So this is yourself coming into alignment. And victory. I always think of the Ace of Swords when I see this card. So this is victory and success with the divine mask. Oh. What is going on? Have you been like battering down a guy? I mean, trying to make this work and it just wasn't working? There is a sense of either tapping into your divine masculine, because you are ruled by the divine masculine. You're ruled by Mars, right? So there's a sense of Mars really being able to break through. In other words, using that masculine energy inside of you. Letting that Gemini air energy fuel that masculine energy to just basically atomic bomb through that wall. But there's some sort of progress you're finally going to make, some victory you're finally going to have by being aggressive. Oh, I said goat, right? Aries is ram. I apologize. I meant ram. I was seeing it in my head. Oh, but I was talking about the Capricornian energy. Yeah, I got it confused. But I know what I'm saying. Trust me. Trust me. Because this is Capricornian energy. This is determination. This is tenacity. And you have that too, man. It's cardinal energy. It's cardinal energy. But you are finally going to be triumphant over something that you have been battering your head against. All those battering rams, like the Dodge Ram, the trucks there, they always have the ram, because it's always like the ram will get through. You're going to get fucked through, and you're going to triumph over this energy by using your masculine energy. And masculine energy is all about blow it up if you have to, but we're getting through. Like masculine energy already sees what's on the other side. So that's your way through, Aries. Your way through is explosion. Just do it. Don't even think twice. It's almost like there needs that balance. It's almost like the balance is needed. Maybe you've been too meek, right? You've been dealing with a lot of stuff that has been sort of like oppressing you. And now what needs to come out is the other side of that. That's the balancing point. You know, some people need more to balance than the others. And it's almost like you have nothing on this side of the scale and too much here. Well, you need to bam it down, ram it down. This is also a breakthrough that I heard. You might be making a breakthrough with your divine masculine. You might be actually making a breakthrough if you've been working on a relationship or you've been working on a guy. Things have been difficult. You can't break through. You can't break the walls. You're finally going to be able to break the walls. You're finally going to be able to break through. What have you been trying to break through for so long that you just haven't been able to do? This wall is finally going to crack. And I'm telling you, it's because you stop. It's almost because you stop battering your head against it and you just let your atomic energy out. Because this is 100% atomic energy. Together, that's who conquests. That's the victory. That's the state of victory. That's the air, more masculine energy, fueling your fire, more masculine energy, and just literally reigning victorious, just like eating shit and taking names type of thing, like just getting through. Hold up. The great gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits and soul tribe. You've been waiting for this for a long time, haven't you? You've been waiting for this breakthrough for a long time, Aries, and it's finally here. You know what? You haven't been around the right people. That's the problem. That was a big problem for you, is that even though maybe you thought you weren't around the right people. You tolerate too many douchebags. You really do. As long as you're running the show and they're listening to you. But you just, there's still douchebags. It's like, don't you deserve to be surrounded by people who are actually like up to your energy level? Maybe that's the realization. That's the realization, and that's the connection to this Gemini energy. That's the air that fuels you. You realize, I'm around dumbass motherfuckers. It's the people that I'm around. It's the people that I have around. Do you remember I said incorporating those ideas from other people in the beginning of the channel message for this Gemini new moon? When I said it was connecting to others, learning through others. This is like, the people that are surrounding you ain't the right people. You don't got the right people in your life. And it's like, finally, maybe it's your head that cracked open. And realize that, oh my God, it's the people that I'm associating with that are actually holding me back. I gotta stop. I gotta stop that crap. I gotta be my explosive energy and only be around people who are explosive too. I'm letting too many losers into my life. right? I let in too many meek people who will follow me and do what I say. You need people who challenge you, Aries. You need more Aries. You need more fire. You need more energy in your life. You do. You need more combatants, because only a warrior teaches a warrior. You know what I'm saying? I know you know what I'm saying. Divine masculine. Let's read it. Everything has its purpose. Light, the light that supports desire and inspires action. You will not always understand what the purpose of something is. However, it is someone's creation, and that is to be respected. If you don't like it, let it be the inspiration to create something more aligned with your soul's purpose. Remember I said it's not just about scaling the wall. You could have scaled the wall months ago. You want to reconstruct this bitch. Consider all areas of your life and reevaluate any part that may not be working. You can be your own father by respecting your ideas and providing a way for them to manifest. You are a master of your own making, so now is the time to recognize your inner strength and motivation and to be a leader of your thoughts and emotions instead of a follower. You need to open up your own damn business. I've been channeling that for you for the past 4 weeks. Stand your ground, regain your self-respect, pick yourself up and dust yourself off. This is not a time to force against or try to control external forces. This is a time for disciplining the way you focus and what you think about so you can create your dreams. Oh, Aries, this is like a big old get your shit together by believing in yourself and letting yourself be exactly who you are and focusing all that energy in the right direction, and bam, you're going to break through that wall. You're going to totally break through that wall. I can feel it happening now, but it has to do with the people you're allowing yourself to be around. A covenant of mind, body, and spirit. Your soul is your biggest fan. It knows the truth of you and loves you unconditionally. It is consciously streaming this information to you. To tune in, your mind, body, and spirit must all agree in the now. Do this by meditating, focusing on your soul name, enjoying something you love, or having a nap. It is not up to your soul to zap you into alignment. Its job is to maintain your soul station so you have a frequency to tune into. The nature of physical life is to create and expand. Sometimes life experiences will pull you out of alignment so you can understand these experiences from a different angle. When you are out of alignment, you will automatically ask questions and want to create something different. Through this process, you gain clarity about your passions. There you know. Now you know why your life has been a little bit wonky. Because life's like, okay, they need to see this from a different perspective, and maybe then they'll get it. Maybe then they'll understand. If they're experiencing something new, maybe they'll understand what I've been trying to tell them the whole time, which is get off their ass and be the atomic bomb and pave their own way. Stop trying to do it other people's way. These people that you've been letting in your life, there's a sense of your people are finally coming, Aries. You haven't been around the right people. So many times that happens with all cardinal signs, but especially like really powerful ones like you. You just align yourself with douchebags. And because when you're really strong and powerful, in order to fit in, you just like tall people. They always slouch over because they want to fit in. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like that. With your energy level, you've been dulling yourself. You've been dumbing yourself down just to like fit in, just to like so everybody's okay with you and they're not worried about you, they're not scared because you intimidate them as soon as they walk into the room. Well, too fucking bad. You got too many sheep in your life because you've allowed yourself to be a meek lion. You need to roar to be around them real people. And I'm telling you, them real people are going to be more dangerous. Not like literally dangerous. I'm not telling you go break the law. But I'm telling you, they're going to be, because they're going to be risk takers. But you are that. So stop doing things by the rules. Sometimes you guys get too caught up in that crap. Stop doing things by the rules. You make the rules. You don't follow them. I was gonna stop there, but we gotta see what you Aries. Nope, maybe that's it, because you don't need to know. Ooh, something to sell. No, not too much. This is too fucking much. You fucking kidding me. You fucking kidding me. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. See, this is once again a gathering of people, right? But what is she doing? She's standing alone. I think that she's finally found her soul tribe, or she's finally standing apart and being like, I don't belong with them. It's her understanding that the people that are in her life now she doesn't belong with, and then she's going to go find her soul tribe. People who are brave just like her. People who don't mind being alone just like her. People who stand on their own 2 feet just like her. Right? How much will you sacrifice just to fit in and just to hide who you really are? Just to fit in. That's the themes that are going to be coming up and brought up to you. Those are the challenges that are going to be brought up to you, I bet you, especially by Saturn in retrograde. Jupiter's in retrograde. Ooh, probably Jupiter in retrograde. Shoot! But you know what? If you learn this lesson, your way through is literally that bomb being ignited. To focus your real energy and not be afraid of it or dull it for anybody. Aries, it's what you got to do. It's what you got to do. Taurus. Okay, let's do this. Taurus, you and your loved ones are safe. This is Cancer energy. I think for a long time it's almost like maybe you didn't believe that. But now it's like going out into the world and realizing I'm okay. Everybody that I love is okay. Now I'm open to new possibilities because I'm not stuck in this mentality of, well, I got to do what everybody else has told me to do and just stay put. But I don't. And I'm not even chained. I stayed still because I chained myself to the wall because somebody told me that I should. But now I can get out and I can go out into this wide world. Why? Because I know that the people that I care about, they're all good. They're all safe. They're all happy. They're going to be well. So this is also welcoming in a sense of help and assistance. Welcoming in that assistance that comes from that stronghold, that family, that place of belonging. And healing. I got that too. Healing. Maybe you're establishing a new home. Taurus, I don't know if you're moving, but it's almost like you're open to a new home. Like either literally a new home, like a new structure, or a new home as in a new group of people to belong to. If you've been afraid to move away from what you consider home, it's almost like you found the right people to make a new home with, or redefining what you consider comfortable, redefining what you consider home. It's like a new chance at belonging. I honestly feel like it's almost like this is the information that you need to know to be okay with being open to a new possibility or taking a new chance. You just needed to know that the people that you really cared about were going to be all right. Soulcraft. You're working on something. You're totally building something. Maybe that's how your people, oh, I get it. See that it's almost like that's how your family's going to be safe. That's how the people that you care about are going to be safe, through what you're building. You're building something that they can be safe with. Maybe you're building a new home. Maybe you're building a vaccine. Maybe you're building a project, but you're working on it for them. The very heart of your motivation has been to ensure that they have everything that they need to keep your family safe. Maybe you're taking a risk right now because you want to ensure your family's safety. You know that right now maybe something that you're doing is a little bit risky, but you think like as far as you're concerned, it's a necessary evil in ensuring that your family stays in a good spot, or that people that you care about are taken care of. We're going to get deeper into this card. I'm going to read it. There are two cards that came up for you. Share your voice, come out of the cave, prosecution and expression. And before I saw these cards, I'm like, are you protesting something? Are like you writing a manifesto to like expose corruption? Like what's going on, Taurus? Because there is a sense of using your voice. This is that Gemini energy, right? Using your voice. Maybe making sure that your family is safe before you actually spoke up or said something. But now you're speaking up and saying something because you realize if you don't, your family's going to be even less safe. Or the people that you care about, or a cause that you care about. When I say family, you can take it to be metaphorical too. Is going to be even less safe if you don't actually stand up and stick up for yourself or stick up for them. Somebody needs you to help defend them. Longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Okay. You could be having to, right now, be even at a distance from your family. I know we're all social quarantining, but there is a sense of setting up a home or setting up something outside of the home. Either knowing that you can now because you have the support of your family, or knowing that your family is in a good spot so you can finally take this risk. Or finally, it's like you've had a divine purpose that you were put here for a long time, and you're being reminded of it. And there's something like, it's something like clicking. You need to speak, write, or say how you feel or what you're thinking, or put it into action, Taurus. You need to do it, and you know that you can do it now. Because either it's the only thing that will secure your family, or you know that your family's in a good spot, so they're not at risk if you take this risk. But that's your way through this purpose, whatever you're crafting, whatever you're writing, whether it's a speech or a book or a cause that you're on. This almost like this purpose is that conduit, that middle ground, that way through your intellectual, your worry, your concern. I want the practical, all the things lined up, but emotionally, I want to know that I'm doing the right thing too. So it's almost like you've decided to use your voice, and in order, like you've decided to actually make this or create this in order to ensure that balance. Hold on. I definitely want to read this card for you. Soulcraft, Taurus. The thoughts, ideas, and topics you incessantly discuss are crafting your life, so focus on ones that make your heart smile. You are ready to receive answers from your soul. You have been saying things that have not been true. You've been saying things that really in your heart you don't believe, but because they're accepted truths that make you feel like you're doing what your family wants you to do, or you're keeping your family safe, you have been speaking them. Maybe you want to believe them, but you don't really believe them. This is you finally getting up the balls, those big old bull balls, to say what you really feel and know that it's safe now. You can. Your family's safe. They're not going to hate you. You can say what's really on your mind now. Be wise in your crafting, and the path of least resistance will call you. Different soul vibrations will inspire different actions. If you are feeling tired, your inspired action will be to rest or to sleep. If you are feeling love, you will be inspired to do things that emulate love in your day. We all sense with our soul, but often override it with the rational mind. What did I say? This is that Gemini challenge, that new moon in Gemini challenge. But we all sense with our soul, but often override it with our rational mind. You have been saying what you need to say, what your rational mind tells you is right to say, but what your soul knows is wrong. And now you're able to find the right conduit for what your soul knows is right without blowing everything up and, threatening people that you love. Trust your soul is bringing you the most up-to-date information. The information that you have been receiving has been outdated. And you could feel it. You know it. You know that it ain't right. But your family so badly wants to, feel safe. But you know what? What is real safety? Having your own shit. Being able to handle your own shit. That's the only real safety, is being able to take care of you. Number 1. This is be playful. This is definitely nurturing, taking care of somebody, learning through playing, learning through play. That's what it is. Get out there and play, dude. Taurus, it is safe for you to roll in the fucking grass with your dog. In fact, that's probably what you needed to do to build your immune system so this coronavirus wouldn't hurt you. Okay? Get out there. It's like people have not been telling you the right information. This is an age of misinformation. Get out there and play with your kids. Get out there and be playful. Get out there and just love and have fun and do what your soul is pulling you to do, which is earth and ground, and get out there and touch things again. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. I know you guys like to follow the rules so bad, but these rules were bad rules. They were bad rules. And this is you finally being able to stand up and say that. They were bad rules. Gemini, let's get to your energy. Surrender to the divine. It's so wonderful, isn't it? I love these cards. Gemini, as we get closer to your season, but right now, new moon. New moon. Yes, the North Node has just moved into Gemini. And yes, Gemini, we now have a new moon in your sign. So what does that mean for you? You have big opportunities here. Big. Not just to get what you want in the 3D. That's almost like whatever. But to level up. To get your life where you want it. To get how you feel about yourself back to where you want it to be. That's what you have a chance to do. And there's a definite sense of relinquishing here, because this is full moon energy. Surrender. Just let go. Let go and trust the vibrations and trust the balance. It's almost you more than anybody in the world have to trust both sides of yourself at the same time. It is through that trust of both those voices that you're going to find the middle ground that's going to conduct you to the best possible outcome in this energy. Authentic truth. We're going to get down to the deeper nitty-gritty, but essentially this is a sense of you are both sides. You are not one over the other, ever. And everybody jokes and makes fun of, you think you know Gemini, and then all of a sudden you don't. That part that you didn't know was always there. So there's a sense of, Gemini, make sure that you know that. Make sure that you don't mistake yourself for one twin. Be very, very aware of both extreme sides of yourself. And in that awareness, you find who you authentically are, which is that in between. It is not necessarily what you would necessarily have to show, Pull whatever twin out that you need when you need them. But never lose sight of the fact that you are the connection between the two. You are that mid-ground between the two. You can conduct all your energy between one or the other, but there is a sense of you are really both together all the time. You are the sum. You are not the two parts. What does that mean? Your life is coming together. During this time where people are actually going to finally be able to talk to you again, where they're going to be listening better, it's almost like you're going to feel like, wow, you're going to feel major breakthroughs. You're going to feel a big relief all of a sudden, right? Why? Even if people are being straight up evil and saying horrible things, you're like, oh my God. Like for you, Gemini, that will be better for you than passive aggressive bullshit that's just talking polite and acting sweet. You're so tired of that. You're so sick of that shit. It's like, go ahead, tell me. Like, use curse words. Use all the words that are in the don't use list. Now at least I know who you are. Now at least I know your truth. It's going to empower you when people let their ugly sides out, because you're like, you'd rather that than the, you know, the bullshit, the polite version of people, the polite version of people. Let your non-polite version out. But no, it's deeper than that though. It's let your balanced portion out. It's almost you more than anybody can tell that we've just been faking this for too long. There's just been this mentality for too long to be only one side of yourself. And you're just like, I'm so done, because you know the words that people are using are fake. You know when they're not being authentic. You can hear it. You can hear the vibration off. That's why so many Geminis and Virgos, you're both ruled by Mercury, are so good at music. There is a sense of, you can hear it. It's like you got the perfect pitch and you've been hearing the dissonance the whole time. You're like, I know you lying. You know, you know that it's not sincere, but people just want to save face. You know what I'm saying? They just want to like act like the good part. No. That's not the harmony. So this is you being able to strike harmony in yourself, because what you're being affected by is finally starting to get tuned up on the outside. Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? Good question. You tell me. You're being called to travel? You're being called to go somewhere? Or maybe you're just being called to be a conduit for something. And then you are. You're 100%. You're the North Node now. You're that force pulling people in the right direction. Like, where are you calling people to, Gemini? What is that ultimate goal? What do you really want from somebody? What do you really want? It's not just about this end game, or I mean, I guess it is you getting, like, you like to get lost in the moment, but now this is it. Where's your conduit? Where's your focus? Where do you want to end up? At one point, you're going to have to bring your intellectual mind and balance it with your intuition and decide, what is it that I really want out of this? What is the end game? And the end game should be harmony. Like using your ability to listen to put people back into tune with both sides of themselves. Let's read a little bit about this. The truth will set you free as long as you recognize there is more than one truth, and that the answers you seek exist beyond the beliefs you hold now. And you know what, Gemini? That's why I'm saying you're the North Node. You do. You above anybody know that there are multiple sides to the truth. There are multiple truths, because you talk to people. You're not sort of intimidated by other people's opinions or seeing people's true selves. There are many truths in this world. You don't have to believe them all. Just focus on what resonates with you. If you must convince yourself of your beliefs, they are not your truth. Your truth will always fulfill and satisfy. It is unconditional, meaning conditions don't have to change for you to live and feel your truth. There is no right or wrong, but there is cause and effect, or action and reaction. Master yourself, not someone else's processes. And I feel like you have been feeling like you've been pushed into one box for too long. It's like you've been pushed into being somebody you don't want to be. And that's the last thing you want. So it's almost like you're being liberated from your jack in the box. But remember, you also have to like grow the other half of your body and walk away, or else you'll get pulled right back into that box. When you change your beliefs, your life changes to match it. To do this, you must be aware of how you feel and practice focusing on what makes your heart sing, not shrink. And really what makes your heart sing is being able to talk to people, being able to talk to anybody, being able to learn about anything, and not having a fucking restricted section that you're not allowed to go to. When you align your truth, you will flow, feel excited, and believe an authentic life is possible. If it is not your truth, you will resist, find it hard to commit, and feel indecisive. I think that's what's been happening to you for a while now, because people have been just trying to suck you back and make you just stay here, stay here, stay here. I don't want to stay here. I don't want to stay where it's cozy and comfy at the sacrifice of my freedoms. I'd rather be walking through a landmine field knowing that I'm choosing my own path instead of being forced into a box to keep me safe. Gemini. 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 These cards are slippery as fuck. You ready? You ready to lead? You ready to step out? You ready to show everybody how it's done? Because this is you getting on your finest. You know, showing people how it's done. It's not about propriety as in keeping up with the Joneses. It's in owning yourself and your persona and walking out and stepping out with pride in who you are, in what you are and how you do shit. It's about leading the way and doing it correctly and know you're the one that's doing it correctly. It's also about, yes, being accepted back into the fold as opposed to constantly having people throwing stones at you. It's about being able to hold your head up high again and being redeemed. Even if just by the cosmos or just by fate, but more so because people are not being afraid anymore of waking up to how powerful it is to actually talk to you, speak to you, give you a chance, like hear your point of view, or you hear their point. You know what I'm saying? It's like the importance of conversation cannot be underestimated right now. Especially next 2.5 years, North Node in Gemini going into the age of Aquarius. Like the importance of talking to people cannot be underestimated. And you really do show people and exemplify that. But there's also a sense of you finally being able to come out and hold your head up high again. Because it's almost like people are now craving the way that you live. They don't want to be restrained anymore. Hello. Thank you, North Node in Cancer. That last little bit of quarantine taught us how much we actually want to talk to each other and see different perspectives. And now it's like, oh, maybe Gemini wasn't so bad. Maybe there was stuff we didn't know, right, going on. But this is you being able to finally, whoosh, hold your head up high again. Redemption. Cancer, 138:15. Let's do this. Let's do it. Ooh, I told you this goes long, man. Okay. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. And I watched the Cancer reading. Watch it. Because I'm like, I know you were dealing with an Aquarius. But this is, remember, Aquarius is community and friendship, the house of friendships. the house of community, the house of doing things for your friends, connecting and doing things for your community, doing things with a higher purpose, a higher sense, a sense higher than self is like, well, what is myself designed for? So this is a sense of love in mind, have love in mind, doing things that are not just for yourself. And I got this in your personal reading, man. In your reading, Cancer, is a sense of getting outside of yourself, especially if you're looking for romance. Be willing to finally show people what you feel, as opposed to waiting for those people who will come after you, because those are always 100% of the time vampires. Oh, thank you so much, sweetheart. That was really sweet. I appreciate the donation. Those are always vampires. Every time. Because what do? You close down and you wait for the people who have the balls to come to you. But they're coming to you because they know who you are. They know who you are and how giving you are, and they know that you're a doormat now. So this is you actually showing how you feel. Bring love. You Cancer, bring love into the situation. When you walk into the room. Yes, by helping. Yes, by listening. But also by doing. We need you to communicate, Cancer. You can't lock yourself away and expect people to read your minds. Like, I've done it, I've communicated, because I sat here and telepathy, but not really, no. This is through communication and through community, through showing and talking, not through just sitting there and psychically connecting. It is not enough in this energy. I'm just letting you know. Because if you do, there is a chance for you to actually conduct yourself toward that love or that loving atmosphere that you've been wanting to be in. But it's got to actually, you be the one to be the conduit. This is really interesting. I've never gotten this card before. Soul writing, and look deep in the center, it says truth. So you are being taxed with having to write something, literally write, communicate how you feel. It may not be that easy for you to actually speak how you feel because you're scared, but at least you have to write it down. Blog, novel, essay, dissertation, manifesto, I don't give a fuck how you do it. Tweet. But use writing as that form of communication. That's your conduit. That's your way forward, Cancer. This is your middle ground between intellect and emotion. Maybe you're never going to be that bold fire sign that can just like, boom, say it. I usually can because my Mercury is in Leo, which is why I'm really blunt for a Cancer. And I don't really say things nicely. I just put it straight out there. But this general Cancerian energy is, if you can't say it out loud or confront somebody, write it down, write it, and then share it. But there's got to be a way. This is your middle ground. You're being given this by universe. Write. What is it you want people to know? What are the beliefs you want to share with people? What are the subjects you're afraid to talk about, or the opinions you really have? You need to write them down. That's your way through. Your way to circumnavigate those emotions that always bog you down and keep you trapped inside yourself is to write. Because then you're safe, right? You're safe when you're writing. But then you can go ahead and share it. Not safe anymore, right? But it's okay because while you were in the activity of doing it, you were safe. So this is your way through. The universe is not trying to bust your balls here. It's trying to help you out. And then we get this card, which is really weird because I didn't even see this come out, but I thought how weird, how cool it would be, how awesome it would be if Cancer got this card. This is what you are taxed to do in order to live in the world that you want to live in. You have got to communicate what you feel inside. You've got to be the one that brings it. And writing is your way in. It's your way in. You've got to, but that's the way that you breach this portal. That's your way through. That's your initiation costs. You got to be able to share what you feel inside. If we never know it, then forget about it. Nobody's going to come in there and dig into you. Actually, people do. It's called Red Lobster. You're not going to like it. That's what happens. In Cancers, you just don't get it. It's like when somebody comes and digs into your sweet meat, they're killing you. They're ripping your guts out. You want to share your sweetness? Then you can't sit there and wait for people who want to dig into you. Because they kill you, they ruin you, the people who dig into you. You have to find a way to dig into yourself and share the sweetness that's inside, outside, and still be alive. And only you're the one that can figure it out. That's why you're getting this card. You bring love into the situation. You bring your truth into the situation. You do it. And a good way to do it is writing. Help yourself out that way. Spirit is fine. Spirit is fine like that. Spirit is like, oh, okay. Write it down. Okay. But you got to share it. Let's look into soul writing. I swear to God, I never got this before. Ooh. I have so many blogs. I have a huge blog. I haven't blogged in a while though. We become the stories we tell. I do hear you. You are the author of your story. I have a quote that I say all the time, and it's mine. It's like, dare to go off script. Life is better when you improvise. I'm going to put that down in my Born Without Boundaries quotes. It's going to be t-shirts soon, people. Promise. You are the author of your story. Write one that inspires you and doesn't let anyone else command the pen. Physical reality is temporary. It is forever changing from one moment to the other. The events and experiences of your life are multidimensional living art. Their purpose and form will shift as your perception of them does. You can view and adjust any stories from your past, present, or future. Just let go of justifying or analyzing the events that become your stories and lift yourself into a new way of seeing them. Look at the card. And imagine you are the angel rising and connecting to the soul light at the top of the pyramid. From this expanded view, you see all your stories and their facets from a neutral position. A higher perspective will unveil and reveal what was previously unknown. You may be surprised, shocked, or embarrassed that the story you have identified with is not what you thought it was. Don't stress. This indicates that the stories are shaking loose and healing is occurring. You are doing so well. You are worthy and you are loved. Damn. You know, oftentimes I get really amazed at when my son not reiterates. What the fuck is that word? Oh, anyway. When my son shares a story about a moment in his life, how very, very different his version is from mine, even though I lived through the same moment. This is what we talk about when we talk about writing your story. What is it that you choose to believe about that moment? What are the beliefs that you basically inground into yourself as realities? Were they really realities, or were they just perceptions that became realities because you let them? Yes, there are terrible things that can happen to you that you can't change, but the meaning of them you can change, dependent upon how you decide to look at them. What does it mean? Well, the meaning is something that you give it. The physical events, you can't change them, but their meaning you can, because that's the way that has to do with how you perceive why it happened and what was to come out of it. Writing. This could really help clarify a lot of things for you guys. Or there's something that you wrote from a while ago that you're going to find and discover. And you're going to all of a sudden see it in a different way. You know, this is an interesting card. We get this. I get this a lot for you, Cancer. And this is hell. This is suffering. This is pain. There has been a sense, a part of you that has been stuck and trapped, wallowing in suffering and sorrow. And 100% it's because that's where you forced it to be. It wanted, once upon a time, it just wanted to come to light. And you decided it wasn't good enough. And you decided that it was too ugly. You decided that nobody was going to like it. You decided that it wasn't going to matter. This is what happens to love. You know, this is what happens to love when you don't recognize it. It turns into a void. Somebody once said in one of my English classes in college, she once said, the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference. Because hate still means you give a fuck. You're just angry too. So indifference is really apathy. That's what she said. She said the opposite of love is apathy, which is kind of indifference, a little bit of a synonym. Thanks, Jackie. Thank you. The opposite of love is apathy. Why do you pretend you don't feel the things that you feel? And even if the only way that you can be brave enough is to write, then write. But express yourself and express who you truly are. And don't keep being this person that everybody else wants you to be. And don't keep forcing down your love, because this is why you're living in hell right now. This is why you're living in isolation, sadness, loneliness, and confusion, because you really did know what you wanted, but you told yourself it wasn't good enough. Well, it was good enough. It's all a matter of perspective, right? It became not good enough because you made it not good enough, not because it really wasn't. Okay? If you decide that it's good enough, it is good enough, and it will get there. Leo. Sorry about that. Here we go. You ready? Because this has been some major shit. I tell you, Born Without Boundaries, we don't fuck around. Hold your vision. Leo, go and see your reading, because the energies will pick up on this whole week, including this Gemini new moon. And Leo, 100 freaking %. You get it. Hold your vision. Really hold your vision. There's a point where people are going to try to shake you. People are trying to get at you. People are going to try to attack you. This is a sense of you already know who you are, so keep being that. This was a sense of, you know, what did I say? What was the Leo quote? What was the Leo quote? You're a conduit for change because you were already different. You're bringing on the change because you were already different. So just keep holding your focus. Of anybody, when you see a halfway point of any of the zodiac signs, you're the one that's not going to stop. Because there is a sense of self, even in halfway there. You will look at a situation and be like, I know it's not completely formed yet, but it'll get there. Hey, it's beautiful even halfway formed. If it's got something to do with me, even though it's halfway there, it's beautiful. Just, and here's your balancing point, don't trick yourself into believing that it's done when it's only halfway done. Yes, know that it's beautiful. Yes, always see the potential of the whole. That's what will keep moving you forward. That's your beauty, is you see the potential in the future. But don't kid yourself and get lazy and content with only going halfway. You have to keep going. In other words, Leo, your battle has not yet been won. You're going to have to keep pushing. You're going to have to keep fighting. Even if people have already acknowledged that you're right, you were right, Leo, you were right, doesn't matter. What matters is the whole thing isn't finished yet. And you've got to keep going until it is. Because if you give up at the halfway point, then hey, maybe Leo just wanted attention, because hey, they do that. But it's not just about attention, is it? It's about making this full and complete, because this really matters to you. So keep going. You know, don't let the caveat, the pitfall of, oh, everybody agrees with me now, everybody's singing my praises now. Don't let that be your pitfall. You're like, oh, I guess I don't have to work anymore. Nope, you got to keep going, because it's not finished yet. And that's the danger point for you. Of like, oh, everybody's approval? Oh, maybe I'll stop and hang out here for a while. Why? You already knew you were right. You knew you were right when the moon was new. When everything was new, you knew you were right. When nobody else could see, you had the light. You got to keep going until everybody sees the full light. Yes, it's metaphorical. Use it as you will. Soul family. Ooh. You see, first of all, you are a tribal person. So you got your tribe. And I think that made all the difference, is you finally found the people who conducted your energy correctly. And this Gemini new moon is part of it. Think of the Gemini new moon energy as part of your soul family. This new moon energy is really going to help your cause. It's really going to help your vision. It's really going to help people to see two sides of the situation, or talk about it. At least be willing to debate and open up about it, as opposed to being closed-minded about it. The closed-minded is not the Gemini way. That's why most people like them, because Geminis will listen to all sides, every story. They'll have a conversation with anybody. That's why so many people like them, because you think they like you. Just because somebody talks to you, it means they're validating your humanity. Yes, it means they're respectful. It doesn't mean they like you. But that's for people who are really oppressed. A lot of times, like water signs, like, oh, you're paying attention to me? You must like me. No, I just want to talk to you. That's all. Not the same thing. But Leo, this doesn't matter. What matters is you've actually found the people who really, really like you. And you found the opening. People are willing to have a conversation now. Like, that's your big win. That's your halfway win, is that somebody's willing to have a conversation now. You've opened up the gate for conversation. You haven't opened up the gate for completion, but you've opened up the gate for conversation, which is a step in the process of getting shit done. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? I swear to God, I shuffle these decks completely separately, but here is like the perfect message for you. Look, how are you being called to step up and lead? I don't have to interpret that. It means exactly what it is. How are you being called to step up and lead? And a leader keeps going, keep going. Leo, you are really being called to actually be a leader now. And that's just not just getting attention or, look at me, look at me. This is actually be a leader and keep going. Don't give up on what you, even if it's gone out of popularity, what you have professed or preached or shared, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you have to show now more than ever, because you are in the spotlight, how much you really believe in what you say. And by giving up as soon as you get the spotlight, that's not the way to do it. I honestly don't, I think there's 95% of you who, there's no way that you're going to give up. You know that this is the chance to show how much conviction you really have. And you're going to love the spotlight, and that's okay. It's okay to love the spotlight, just don't do it for the spotlight. Remember what you're doing it for. And as long as you remain focused on your purpose, that's your way through. That's your way through, bam, to success and opportunity. That doesn't overwhelm you and overtake you. Because remember, you want to be the controller of your opportunity. You don't want to be the slave to it. People too quickly fall into slavery. You're the priestess, you're the leader. But you can easily be enslaved by popularity, right? By getting too much attention, and then by doing things to get more attention as opposed to doing things that really matter to you. So that's not what you want, Leo. You want to continue to do things that really matter to you and just use the spotlight as your tool, but don't let it control you. Always let the spotlight find you. Don't follow it. Ooh. Hold on. I just wrote that quote down. I'm going to put it on my profile. Leo, Leo, Leo. Leo. Oh. Ooh. Yeah. Isn't this great? I love this card for you. Why? Because these are two different groups, two different tribes. Say that. This is defensiveness, being on the defensive. But this is actually learning about your enemy. This is a card that asks you to learn about your enemy, your perceived enemy. And when you do, you start to realize they're a lot more like you than you think. That they're not actually trying to attack you to hurt you. They're trying to attack to protect, or to protect what they have or get what they need. And as long as you two can meet on that middle ground and see that that's what both of you are going through, then there's a way to make a friend out of an enemy. Somebody out there needed to hear that. Love you, Leo. Virgo. Where am I looking? 2:15. Virgo, you ready? Let's do this, guys. Prosperity lies ahead. All of these readings are in direct alignment with the energies that I picked up on your readings for this past week. Every single one of them. Not accidental. Virgo, prosperity lies ahead. And there's a grounding energy here. A grounding energy. Why is there a grounding energy? Because essentially you know that you have everything that you need. So you don't have to fight for it. And you don't have to worry about it. And you don't have to be defensive about it. It is basically, see the 4 hooves planted on the ground, Taurus energy, stays, like, of course, stubbornness, but there's a sense of certainty. In this sense, it's certainty. There's this level of certainty that you have now in your life that you're okay with all these retrogrades and whatever shit it brings up. You're going to be okay, Virgo, because you know that what you have in your life right now is actually happy. And whatever hardships you went through in the past, you've come out the other side. And that's giving you a feeling of peace and harmony. Maybe a little bit of success, but really it's not about success. The success is in the peace and harmony. The success is in, I live in the house that I want to live. I live where I want to live. Things are happening the way that I want them to happen. I don't need to take any more from somebody else. I don't need to hurt. I don't need to harm. I don't need to be spiteful. I don't need to be sad. I don't need to be worried. I don't need to be scared. The prosperity is in the serenity and the security. Like, that's the biggest amount of prosperity for you guys, is the knowing. Knowing that things are set, things are good, everything is going to be good. Transformation. You know, ironic, because transformation can be very difficult for you guys. Change is difficult for all earth signs. But it usually comes against a fear mechanism, right? But this is a sense of you're not afraid about the changes that are happening around you. There's a sense of serenity that is coming from what you know, the blessings that you know. And I know that you've been through the ringer, and that's probably was the blessings. That's why you had to go through the ringer before you got the blessings, so that you would really appreciate the blessings and you wouldn't take them for granted when things started to shift and change. Now you know how blessed you are. And it is that sense of that knowledge, I'm blessed, that is actually conducting you through all this craziness. There's a benefit to all these changes that's actually going to benefit you. These changes are going to benefit you in a big way. So get ready, because it could have something to do with money, especially with Taurus energy here. Play. Have fun. Celebrate. Don't be so serious. I mean, wow. Who are they talking to, right? But this is a sense of go ahead. Go ahead. Let yourself be as happy on the outside as you are on the inside. Let those things add up. Let those things balance out. That's your conduit. That's your, like, you know that everything is okay, so celebrate it. We're not talking about revel in it. We're not talking about show off. We're just talking about let yourself. This is easing up. And I think this is you, this Gemini energy, actually bringing up an easement to your energy. It's like you can talk to people again. You can socialize with people again. You can be around people again. It's okay. It's okay. You know you're going to be okay. There's a sense all surrounding this energy, Virgo, that I know that I'm going to be okay. So I can open up and I can change. I can let things shift. I can let things change, because ultimately, look at what I've gotten through. I'm going to be okay. Like, whatever curveballs are coming to me, it doesn't matter if I hit a grand slam or if I strike out. Things are going to be okay. It's realizing that things are good because of the ground under your feet, not even because of what's coming at you. You're in a good spot. So it's a sense of open yourself up to playing more and worrying less. Hold on. Let's get into your transformation card. I want to read it to you guys. Transformation. You are experiencing an ending. You are feeling a loss as a whole or a void in your life. This empty feeling is a space for something new and better. A new way will reveal itself very soon. Pain is something that happens to all of us, but suffering is a choice. To suffer is to believe thoughts that are not your soul truth. Justifying, analyzing, and rationalizing, which is something that you could fall back on, right, will separate you further from your soul's wisdom. That's really where you're getting the freedom, from that mindset of rationalizing and analyzing and justifying. That's what's changed. From this state, you will blame yourself, another, or an event for feeling angry or sad. Focusing on the suffering will only cement the ideology or belief that created it. Virgo, you need this message. In other words, you become what you fight against. Let's say that again. You become what you fight against. Now imagine what you can create by focusing on all the beautiful aspects of your life and what you are good at. Focus on where your life is filled with things that make you smile. Change starts with you, and all your desires begin with a dream. Where will you place your focus tomorrow morning? I'm just going to leave that right where it is. Right where it is. Virgo, just let it come out. Let it happen. This is Capricorn. I don't know if you have a Capricorn in your life, but this is a sense of a big old present being given to you, a big old gift being given to you, or knowing and recognizing your gifts. This is the essence of Father Christmas, of giving from your heart. And this is a sense of this is your secret. This is your hat trick to really get the most out of this Gemini energy, is give. Don't hold on to, don't hoard. Give. It will actually put your practical into good use, and it will help soothe out any emotions that you're going through that's hurting. Give. Help. Be of assistance. What can I do? How can I make this situation work? Or it's not just about work, though. It's about really giving, thinking, unconditionally thinking about others. Very, very Virgo energy. Take care of, nurture, build. Not build, but cultivate. That's what you do. You don't build, you cultivate, which is you grow things. So how can I give? Giving is the secret to your success. It's the conduit to you actually getting the most out of this energy, because it's a perfect balance between the practical and the emotional. It will help soothe out your emotions, work through your emotions, by letting them be the fuel for doing something purposeful and meaningful that makes you feel proud of yourself. That could be charity. That could just be stepping up and taking care of somebody, showing that you love them. That could just be, just helping a friend. It could be so many things, but that is a secret to your success in this energy for this Gemini new moon. If you've been feeling miserable, if you've been feeling scared, if you've been feeling like you're suffering, take that, you get out of your own suffering by helping others. I said this before, I said this on the reading, Mother Teresa was a Virgo. And I'm not trying to say move to Calcutta. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that if something is really making you feel sad inside, think about turn that frown upside down. Like, how can you turn it upside down? Well, how can I be of help? Don't let me think about this as I'm losing something. Let me think about this as, well, how can I affect the change? How can I be purposeful? How can I be a part of this so that I don't feel left behind? Everybody needs a Virgo in their life. All right, Libra. Okay. What was that? Okay, Libra, let's go. Let's do this. Oh, let me take a drink. Ooh, I needed that. Oh, okay. Libra, I think you're the only sign that got your own moon energy coming through with the cards. A new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. Now, Libra, this could just be you falling in love with the world again. You and Gemini have wonderful energy together. So this new moon in Gemini is really going to be nice for you. It's going to be a nice clarifying experience. What did I say in the beginning? The key to success with this energy is balancing out the two extremes. And what the fuck do? You are the master of balancing out extremes. And that's why you can work with Geminis. Because they're dark side and their light side. They're one twin and the other. You can find a way to talk to them both. And find a way to make them talk to each other. And being Libras, you probably justify everything anyway. So it's just a sense of like, you really can make the most out of this situation. And so when it says romance, it's not just necessarily love. It's romance, like really believing in the best of this situation, like having that romantic perspective of this time. That can be very confusing and intimidating, and because everything is changing, there's big shifts and changes happening. But this is a way of you letting your wonderful sense of balance come in and figure out how to make everything work and see the best in this situation. Balance is your energy is how we find the best in this energy. Balance. Plain and simple. Is it so easy, simple? No. But not simple. Easy, but not simple. Balance is very difficult. The universal balance is harmony, getting all those vibrations to sound good together, It takes a lot. Conductors actually do something. Now, of course, this could very well mean that there is new love coming in your life, but that just depends on, like, this reading is not just for Libras who are looking for love, you know what I'm saying? It's for all you guys. It's Libra energy. It's finding the way to make the most out of your intellect and your emotions, putting the two of them together and basically building la vie en rose, a beautiful, beautiful world that is beautiful and happy and rosy. And it is balance that is going to build that world for us. So Libra, you will have no problem at all making the best out of this situation. None at all. You're going to find the best way through. In other words, you are the central point. You are. That's what you are. You are, because it's all about balance. So you are the balancing point for everybody. So if you find people asking you for advice because your head's the only one that's cool right now, help them out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you may find a lot of people like coming up to you like, how are you so cool? Or, I see right now 333313. What is 3? It's the divine balance. It's the Holy Trinity. It's 1, 2, and the central point 3. And that's what I'm looking at right across my board. Crazy, right? Oh, Libra, I'm telling you, things are coming into balance for you. This is a wonderful time. Your life may change big time in a way that if you have felt things really being out of balance, things are about to be redistributed. There's a sense of realignment happening for you and by you. And I think that by you is going to be you helping others find balance. And in the process, the universe is going to be helping you. Light beings. What did I say? The universe is going to be helping you. Enough said, man. I actually want to draw an angel card for this shit. Who is here with us now? Who is here? I love you anyway. It's not even about the name. It's just about being thankful that anyone's here at all. And they are. They're there to support you. They're there to help you. They've come a long way. This could even be, somebody that you thought was just a dream actually becoming a reality. Traveled far, but they're here for you. A new romantic cycle begins. Healing, achievement, and change. Whoa, whoa, Libra, whoa. I, the angel of healing, am here. What did I say? Did I just say who is here? Who is here right now? What did I say? I, the angel of healing, am here with you right now. Isn't that crazy? Feel my presence and my unwavering love for you. I'm a Libra rising, by the way. I'm not kidding. I have loved you before the dawn of time, and I will love you for all eternity. Thank you, angel of healing. I know you're with me. Achievement. Take a little time to reflect on what you have achieved to date. It is often easy to forget where you started from and how far you've come. Honor and be grateful for this extraordinary journey that is your life. And change. Life is a journey. It would be very unfulfilling if each step was exactly the same as the last, because life is always changing. It is forever fresh and new. Allow your life to unfold gracefully. Be grateful for what was, is, and forever will be. It's so crazy that I said who's around us right now, right? Woo! Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? This is, I hear you so loud and clear. This is, you are on your way, Libra, to fulfilling your divine purpose. This is Joan of Arc shit right here. But she also wields a sword, and you are a queen or king of swords. That's what you are in tarot. This is a perfect card for you. And King of Swords is almost sometimes justice, that words of wisdom. Thank you so much, Stephen. That almost like those words of wisdom. You know what I'm saying? This is a sense of knowledge, knowing, being your guidance system, being what you have faith through, and what you trust your emotions in. You are the perfect conduit for your own future and change, Libra. This is really standing up and being your full self. You're about to achieve your full potential, and it's as a light being, a creature of light, tapping into that higher purpose. I gotta read light being 35. Enlightened soul information. This image depicts a light being. The term light being is used to describe a range of ethereal forms, including guides and angels. They observe your life from a higher perspective so they can see the most auspicious path for you to create your dreams and desires. Sometimes your light beings may seem to take you down a path fraught with difficulty. However, everything happens for a reason. Just as we know a baby will eventually walk, you will also find your footing and attain your dreams. Shaking. Your light beings are not here to save you. That would interfere with your ability to create unique paths and conclusions. They are the keepers of the faith that hold and stream your past, present, and future dreams and desires to your heart. Think about change and what that was. What was, is, and forever will be. Only you can decide what to do with information. With that information, you can't get it wrong, for your light beings will show you another way. So stop being afraid of being wrong and just get on your way. Libra, this is your moment. This is the time you fulfill your full potential. If anybody knows who to communicate with, it's you. You are the best conduit for this energy right now. Not saying it's going to be easy. Two cards flipped over. Night Watch and Siren. You're going to be the alarm bell. You're going to be able to raise the alarm. You're going to be able to show people what's the real threat, what's really going on. Because this is a sense of night watch. Think of the Night's Watch. Think of, most people have seen Game of Thrones. It's like they're the ones that don't go to sleep when everybody else does. They're the ones that watch out in the middle of the dark and make sure that people are safe and protected. That's what they are. They're the ones that are going to make sure that, whatever goes bump in the night, you're protected from. And this is, what do they need to protect you from? False promises. People trying to take advantage of you. But this is you. This is a sense of you're going to be able to show people the way of knowing the truth and lighting the truth, because there are people that are about to be taken advantage of, and you're going to sound the alarm. This is the Siren card. This is being taken advantage of. This is being lured away or having things stolen from you by things that you really can't trust, really being taken advantage of. Watch who you're trusting. And this, I'm serious, is almost going to be you saying, watch who you're trusting. That's that Joan of Arc energy, remember? That stand up for what is true kind of energy. Watch who you're trusting. Speak the light, speak the truth. That's you right now. Is getting in there and recognizing the people who are just taking advantage of this situation. Getting in there and ripping them down. That's the energy. And maybe even being able to get inside of yourself, Libra, and know what are the things, what are the thoughts that are hurting you? Maybe what are the emotions that are getting away from you? And being able to literally calm them down and be that balance and find that way to make the peace and bring the balance back. Internally and then externally. But this is definitely you, maybe even protected by your light beings and watched over, right? Healing, there you go. You've been protected. You've been divinely protected. That's what I feel, Libra. You've been divinely protected to all of those people who were taking advantage of you and stealing things from you. That is about to get disciplined. And the healing is going to begin. I, the angel of healing, am with you right now. Feel my presence and my unwavering love for you. I have loved you before the dawn of time, and I will love you for all eternity. Somebody's sticking up for you, or you're sticking up for somebody. But Libra, this is definitely a beautiful turning point that was brought around by your unwavering sense of, I want to make things right. I'm just in awe, continuously in awe. And so we've ended our journey through the zodiac. I really hope you guys have loved every single second of it. Thank you so much for spending this Saturday afternoon with me. I'm not going to take up much more of your time. I'm just going to remind you, yes, personal readings are available. Yes, the price is the price. And yes, they are always recorded. No lives are offered. It is the way that my energy is conducted the best. They are in-depth readings. They really do go for an hour long. Pretty awesome stuff. So that link is below. I'm building up my following on Instagram, born_without_boundaries on Instagram, and on TikTok. I'm there too. So it's been pretty cool over there too. So thank you so much for your continued support, Amber and Jackie, for being administrators. I'm so grateful. Thank you, because you do a bang up job. I can rarely read any of these friggin' comments, and I really wish I could, but when I'm channeling, it's difficult for me. But thank you so much. And thank you for all the people who have donated, including Jackie. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's a gift to the channel. It helps keep the channel running, and I'm grateful for it. Enjoy your Saturday, guys. Let's get offline and get outside. It's fucking beautiful out. Have a very good day.